Hello, everybody. Welcome to a WFAA special presentation. I'm Teresa Woodard. Behind every powerful image you see on WFAA is a storyteller with a lens, someone who sees the world in motion and light and skillfully captures a moment in time. Through their eyes, we experience the triumphs, the challenges, the resilience of our community. From the front lines of breaking news to the quiet corners of everyday life, their work connects us, inspires us, reminds us why photojournalism matters. Tonight, we showcase the extraordinary talent of our WFAA photography team, masters of their crafts, driven by a shared commitment to telling the stories that matter most. This is The Photographers.
The cattle drive!
I used to just hop from one thing to another.
The sun's shining and it's clear skies.
Oh!
It's good to know that they're still good people.
I'm just really thankful.
Trust me, I got this.
And I like to color outside the line.
Yes, shalom.
Follow the leader.
It just breaks my heart.
We could hear it and feel it in the building.
The walls literally just started to fall in on us.
I just don't know what the future holds.
Just takes you right back. Takes you right back to the scene.
It's really important to feel like there's someone who knows what it's like.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime thing for the most of us.
Go 1, 2, or 3, 4.
I came in with the bang.
It just slid like a whole turkey ball.
Very exciting.
It's a miracle.
Get out of my way.
Didn't expect that.
I'm like, oh my goodness.
This game was ultimately a blessing.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it. Yeah.
Today they got away. Hey, there he goes, there he goes.
See, Boston people, we're nice people, man, you know?
SUP, what's up, sup?
Go Mavs.
WFAA has such a long history of excellence when it comes to photojournalism that it's something that's just carried on through the decades, and it's what attracts the best of the best to want to be a part of that.
Hey, clear it out, Miss Matt.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
There's a lot of things that people don't see that goes behind our storytelling, from the audio to the lighting to, capturing the moments. There's a lot of things that WFAA strive to do. That's where we show up and we deliver to the people.
Selfless offerings are given to the monks on Lao New Year by every generation.
Thank you.
Those who know the drill and those who are still learning.
The standard has been set. Whenever you come to this station in this market, you know of the hard work and the great work that WFAA is known for, and you just try to do everything you can to live up to it and kind of push the bar a little further and kind of have your name alongside some of the other greats.
I love you.
I love you too.
I love you. Good.
I love that. Well, this is about love.
The standard is high, and the standard is high for everything. Whether it's hard news, whether it's a feature, whether it's sports, whether it's your live shot, everything that you do, we want it to be the best that it can be.
Well, here we go again.
We know that our photography, our reporting has to be at a higher level, and that's what we're trying to do every day, because we know the competition is out there, plus we want to not just appear to be the best, we want to be the best.
It's hard talking about it kind of now.
Back at his new apartment, a painting over his bed reminds him how those days came to an end.
Everybody needs some help sometimes, a hand up.
A hand up from someone who took a chance with a serving of hope on her menu too.
You're wonderful.
It's important to us not to just to be run-of-the-mill like a lot of other people are.
Just took the chance. Here we are.
There's no greater feeling than oh yeah, I saw your story on WFAA. I didn't realize that was you.
You know, when people on the street, you know, your friends or family, or just random people on the street that just happen to walk up that don't know us, they're like, oh, are you on WFAA? I watch all the time. I love your stories. And so, you know, it's that sense of pride when people say that to us.
He's just everything to me.
It's clearing up.
But those 2 minutes were more to the Cortez family than it was for many of us.
I think every day is a moment.
And every day is a reminder, even in darkness, the sun returns.
It has to shine.
We are truly a community storytelling station. We have some of the best writers, some of the best photographers, some of the best video journalists in the country, and you can see that in the quality of our work.
To quote my favorite football coach, Mike Tomlin, Pittsburgh Steelers, sorry Dallas Cowboys fans, the standard is the standard here at WFAA.
Yeah, I mean, along with, you know, telling stories and being able to tell the fun stuff, I mean, we still got to cover regular daily news, like breaking news, like the literal fire right behind me, you know?
You know, we're in somebody's life for maybe 5 minutes, for maybe an hour, and you just kind of want the end product to reflect what their life is like. You know, they let us into their home, they let us in their neighborhood and community, and you kind of want to honor their story and make sure you do it justice.
I always try to find the character, the human voice, because that's what really connects with our viewers, and that's how you know that it matters, is when it impacts somebody else.
When the day starts like every other,
once they come in, they're ready to roll.
it's hard to comprehend.
Still kind of feel like it's our room and not completely bare.
That it will never happen again.
Just have things that I probably should get rid of, but they're too sentimental, so.
This is the last day.
Yeah, so it just goes through like several years of letters that they've given me.
The last day.
Good morning. How are y'all today?
Casey Starnes will collect memories from the kids of Greenwood Hills Elementary.
Do you want me to put this right here? Sure.
For years, she's welcomed her fourth graders to class at the end of a busy hall.
Good morning.
Today, they file in for the final time.
It's hard, because I won't see any of these kids next year in the halls or at lunch, so it's hard. Okay, please take a seat. Take a seat. Y'all ready?
After growing generations of children,
What's before D?
Richardson ISD is shutting down Greenwood Hills and 3 other elementary schools.
Lack of funding from the state, putting us in positions where the district has to make, some choices on what to cut and what to keep.
N-E, okay.
But what's lost is harder to measure.
We poured our heart and soul into this building and to the kids, and so it's kind of like a death.
Okay.
The kids mourn,
I'll just really miss this school and the people here.
even on the eve of summer.
Me!
Looking back at the year together, remembering what made it special, almost makes knowing it's over harder.
I don't think it will even hit me today. Like, I'm really sad, but I've been sad since March.
The people they've grown to love
Don't look at!
won't come with them.
Okay, so I hope you'll keep that from me, and I will always be thinking of y'all because you are each special, and I'm excited to see what happens for your future.
Like every other school day,
Get your backpack, make sure you have all your things.
this one ends with goodbyes.
I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss you too. Bye, Kyra. Have a great summer, honey. Okay?
But these farewells are held just a little bit longer.
Bye, Elliot. Have a good summer.
And when they're over,
Have a good summer, okay? I know.
what's left is a building with a hollowed out heart.
I don't know. I think it's just surreal.
The kids and teachers will spread out to other schools in the fall.
Okay. It's gonna be different, but I'll just do it in a different new home, so.
And after decades of young voices echoing through the rooms so many called home, Greenwood Hills falls silent. In Richardson, I'm Cole Sullivan.
My colleague Jobin and I went to Parkland Hospital to see their view of the solar eclipse, and that's where we met the Cortez family. Raphael was diagnosed with cancer, and one of his final wishes was to view the total solar eclipse with his family. And I want to thank the Cortez family for letting us into their lives and letting us capture their moment and tell their story.
If Rafael Cortez could be anywhere,
that's me and him fishing.
It would be away from a hospital room.
The airport's right there, so I can see all the planes landing. So
the view inside from his 7th floor is a window to a much larger, more exciting world. Somewhere, anywhere, with his wife and children.
It's a beautiful world.
But at 28 years old, stage 4 intestinal cancer has a way of eclipsing life's plans.
Cancer doesn't discriminate. Turn my family apart. I'll tell you that.
He'll also tell you today is just the break he and his family needed.
You just want to leave a piece, you know, of you in their heart. It's just important.
Away from that room, away from cancer, outside, for just a moment. A moment with his wife Cynthia and their 9-year-old son, Brandon. Raphael bought 30 eclipse glasses for his family months ago, thinking he'd be home to witness the total solar eclipse. Parkland Hospital heard about that, so they arranged this.
We're getting there.
Yep.
For Cynthia, there's a lot of looking up to the skies these days.
He's just everything to me. And I'm glad God put him in my path.
They've been married for 2 years. Raphael has been fighting off this cancer also for that long.
Things like this make us forget a little bit.
Forget that life has dark moments.
Cloud, go away!
And also, moments we can cherish.
Whoa! It's our moment to shine. It's amazing.
Totality only lasted 2 minutes in Dallas.
Starting to light up.
It's clearing up.
But those 2 minutes were more to the Cortez family than it was for many of us.
I think every day is a moment.
And every day is a reminder, even in darkness, the sun returns.
It has to shine.
No matter where you see it from.
Good memories?
Good memories.
In Dallas, I'm Jobin Piker.
My name is John Goss. I'm a photojournalist here at WFAA. I'm with Martin DePorto. He's the Assistant Chief Photojournalist. And we're going to go through some of our gear that we use every day here. What do we have here, Martin?
So here at WFAA, we use pretty much exclusively Sony cameras. The Sony FX6 is the one that most of us use. It gives us a great range of options where we can do daily stuff and also change lenses and have specialized tools, and gives us that cinematic look that we're kind of known for now. I love our gear here. It's truly, it makes you want to, shoot better with it. It just has that look to it.
There's nothing better than that in the whole world.
You just have to see it to believe it. You can just tell the difference between us and other stations.
We're able to quickly set up a camera and our video quality just looks, amazing. It's excellent. It's above and beyond what everybody else's looks like. And you can, if you were to put four TVs across all the stations in town, and you would see yep, that's WFAA's work right there.
His dad with the light to illuminate an American flag and his son's shoes. He carries those with his memory too.
That we're given the tools to really take the storytelling to the next level. And that's cinema style cameras with a lot of different lenses, which is something that's kind of unusual. Most local news operations, they're not using these style cameras. So it really elevates the look and gives it just that more of a cinematic feel to it that kind of brings the viewers into the story.
Look, Papa, you got 2 of them.
And the Springers find comfort chasing after Annie.
Okay, you want to hit a putt? Okay, come over here.
That's definitely, you know, good medicine for your heart.
You are so special and should be honored.
Whoa!
I was just like, man, WFAA, I can just tell they have a different look. There's something that's just more crisp and clean. So I think it just makes a world of difference.
People are used to seeing news, kind of a certain quality, and we got these cameras to look like a documentary or, you know, a higher level of quality. Well, how do we get that with these cameras? What's different about these cameras?
The main thing that's different is that we can get a better depth of field. We can mimic the look that you see on Netflix and on documentaries with these cameras. Before, it would be, we would pick and choose moments for special stories or interviews and have to get a whole different set of gear. And the thing that lets us do this is that we can just use our normal gear for those segments, and all kind of everything we do now looks like it was shot for a documentary or for like a TV show.
We want that look. We want the look that people are used to seeing on documentaries, Netflix, whatever, online. We want that look. You can't get that look with the traditional cameras news stations are using. You have to use these specialized cameras. It takes work. You got to change lenses. There's a lot of different controls, but it's a hard work that gets the image that we want, and you see it every day on our news.
I mean, I think all of us that use them can attest that it was a bit of a learning curve. It was a little hard in the beginning, but none of us would go back because the difference in image quality is night and day for us.
So for Country Spirit Day, Kimberly brought her best.
The crossing guard will be surprised.
To pick up her daughter at school in Wiley. If this pickup line needed a pick-me-up,
wow.
What in the Texas is happening right now?
Indy was it.
Yes. I would like to be picked up in a horse.
Only in Texas.
Before there were vehicles.
What does that one say? I love horses.
And before Wiley grew out.
Just like a vehicle. Still gotta wait in line.
I think that's what Northerners still think that we do.
Seeing someone on a horse doing daily things was common.
50 years ago, it wouldn't have been anything.
It took like 30 seconds before I got yelled at for the first time. You suck, Dallas sucks.
He may not see many Dallas Mavericks fans at the Garden, but Heiko holds strong.
Just imagine the atmosphere at the AAC for Game 6. I'm getting goosebumps already.
I was with Sydney Persing that day, Valley View tornado. That was a rough day for news in the sense it was just long, grueling days, but it was even tougher days for this community, you know. They've lost everything.
There is so much loss in Valley View, Texas. Every mangled, tangled inch of it is tragic. But what happened in this lot, under this truck, is awful in its own right.
They were always happy kids.
This is where Julissa Vengas's little cousins were found dead. 9-year-old Marco, 15-year-old Miranda, and their loving mother Laura were among the 7 killed by the tornado that stole so much Saturday night.
I had to translate for the reporter because there was a lot of Spanish-speaking people in that community, and it broke my heart. I mean, like, I'm over here trying not to like cry while I'm out there, like translating for Sydney, and at the same time still doing my job, because I mean, like, it just got to me. I mean, like, this family that lost loved ones underneath a truck, they were tossed like, I mean, I think it was like almost 100 yards from their home to another person's property. It's sad to see the devastation that a tornado can leave behind. It's even worse and more sad whenever, you know, people's lives are lost. That day wasn't easy for a lot of people, and it's the same for all the other tornadoes we've covered. And it's just tough, man. I'm sorry.
Pues fue el dolor más profundo que sentí mi corazón.
It is the deepest pain I have ever felt in my heart, Irma Cancino cried. Irma is the kids' aunt. Her brother is their father. He survived but is hospitalized in bad shape.
Pues me siento muy triste.
I am very sad for them to have lost their lives. God only knows why this has happened, she cried.
And you come in and you see people in the worst part of their lives. And we have to try to respectfully, from a distance, and sometimes if they allow us to get closer, to tell their story.
Perdimos todo. We lost everything. We're on the street now, he told me.
Se me parte el alma.
My soul breaks, and there's no explanation.
And so it's just our job to, to try to keep it together and tell a good story. And so it feels good to be able to serve the community in that way. And I hope that the community does know that we care.
Welcome back to The Photographers, a WFAA special presentation. Some stories cannot be told in just a minute. Some issues cannot be explained with just a couple of sound bites. WFAA believes in the power of long-form storytelling. It digs deeper. It connects us in ways that only television can. Our WFAA photographers don't just document life. They craft experiences, weaving together sights and sounds and emotions to bring you closer to the heart of a story.
Yeah. Hey.
It was just a sweet victory.
Amen. It's easy to start off, but it's really difficult to master.
Here we go. Come set it, Joyce.
Good, T.
You're always trying to get more time, and there's only so much time, in a TV time slot, and I understand that. So when we are given those opportunities to tell these longer stories, I greatly appreciate it as a writer.
Here we don't really have set rules on how long a story is supposed to be. The story, if it's good, can be any length. And we'll put stories on there that are 4, 5, 6 minutes or even longer, if the story moves and it's good.
They give us the time to work on these stories and to tell and to make it a beautiful product. And luckily enough, on most nights, you're able to win those battles and get a nice long form story on TV at 10 o'clock.
And have you have a seat right on the edge. Put your feet
right there?
Out on that if you can.
Okay.
Larry Lursey has made
right up here
a living. Taking pictures.
Don't move, let me just fix your coat. The portrait is not nearly as important as the story.
Well, that's an interesting idea.
How do you pick? What do you pick?
It's adorable.
And not every portrait calls for a smile. Everyone here is holding on to something, especially Marsha Whaley.
Marsha, that's so pretty.
This story starts 12 years ago, when Marsha adopted Nia from an orphanage in Ukraine.
It was love at first sight.
Nia was malnourished, neglected. She had cigarette burns on her body.
She was nonverbal. She had made up her own sign language.
But music is a universal language. Joey and Sherry McKenzie knew that.
Saw her every Tuesday at 1 o'clock.
Nia's godparents, who taught Nia
It was the highlight of my week.
to fiddle.
You've given her a voice. You gave her a way to communicate.
Nia traveled the country, made friends, even won fiddle competitions.
All right. We became very close.
Nose this way a tiny bit.
There are some things we just cannot do without. Larry wants to capture that one thing.
The one. You get home, house is on fire.
What's the one thing that you would grab?
What's the hardest thing to replace?
And finding that one thing is about finding ourselves.
Jewelry. I've had letters. He's got this painting that his mom did. He's got this little ceramic bunny.
The photo project he's been working on for more than a year.
If it wasn't for this, my life wouldn't have been the same.
Don would grab the receipt his wife signed when they first met 30 years ago. Trisha
Her writing isn't here.
would save her mom's cookbook from the 60s.
It started
And Marsha's story
about right there.
fits in a way many would not expect.
Our house burnt to the ground and our daughter was upstairs and she died. This is where she died.
There was a real fire at Marcia's home in Cleburne in January.
And we didn't have time to grab anything.
Nia was upstairs. She did not survive.
I can't think of anything ever worse that's happened in my life. I think maybe we should take them out of there.
The photographer saw their story, made the call, and found
Watch your head.
just the portrait to close the project with.
All right, give Nia a big hand. Great job, Nia. All right.
It's time for Marcia to show you what all she's carrying.
Oh, hi.
So nice to meet you.
4 months ago. It's what Joey and Sherry McKenzie found in that burned out home.
I feel like this one is kind of next level emotional.
This is Nia's first fiddle. To pull that out of the rubble was something I'll never forget. Looks like it survived. It's a miracle.
That fiddle was a symbol of her spirit and
Chin down a tiny bit.
what Marcia
There you go.
is holding for her photo.
Yes, fiddle, for sure.
There's the first thing you take in a fire, and then there's the last thing you have.
I miss her so much.
And when the shoot was over, there was an impromptu moment we did not hear coming.
This is one of her very first songs.
Nia's voice.
Got the finale down.
In North Texas.
Oh, I like that one.
I'm Jobin Puniker.
You have the opportunity to let things breathe, but it also challenges you because, especially in today's world, everything is Instagram and TikTok. It's 10 seconds, 15 seconds. If you're gonna do something for 4 minutes, you gotta also rearrange that story in a way that is gonna keep people's attention.
This is a little bit of the process.
So I know I'm not alone.
I was the one. And there ain't no more where that came from.
You comfortable?
A tool that many fear could take away voices is giving Randy his back.
One more time, y'all, Mr. Randy Travis.
There's a smile.
Riding those highs and lows.
Come on, hit it, hit it.
But finding balance with clear minds and full hearts.
Come on, come on. Chin down, up. I don't just care about them as an athlete, but I care about the whole person.
Being able to take that time and that extra effort that, you know, we're more in a rush in a regular general assignment story. And the quality that we already have in our standard, when we have that extra time, the video, the storytelling, it skyrockets to a whole nother level.
It gives you a break from the, daily grind, which is something nice.
Say that, Ray. Yeah, baby.
When we are given time, that's where we like to excel and, stunt our craft on people.
We haven't put the sign up, with the name of the patio.
To have a restaurant succeed,
5 o'clock somewhere. That's what it says on the sign.
an owner like Mary Vasquez sweats every detail.
I like to get out of that hot kitchen.
No job too hot or too small.
I love doing the silverware because I can sit down for a bit.
But each day on her way to work, a bigger problem she could not solve. The Fort Worth corner of Summit and I-30, the same weathered and begging faces every day.
I always rolled the window down. I always gave him money. I never passed him and not gave him anything. I always gave him something.
That someone
2 to 3 hours every day.
was a guy
Yeah.
named Mike.
I could just feel people's disapproval. It takes a toll on anybody. It's very stressful. It's very humiliating.
Humiliated and homeless.
You turn your back on anything, it's gone.
He lived in nearby Trinity Park.
Homeless people get killed or found dead out on the streets pretty much every day.
But each day, if he wanted to live, wanted to eat, he'd become one of those guys with one of those cardboard signs.
I did not like holding that cardboard sign at that highway ramp. It's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. In the back of my mind, nobody's gonna help me. Nobody, no, you're a piece of crap, you know. And while I was standing there thinking that, looking at the ground, the lady honked her horn. And
He had his sign. He always had a smile, though.
Mary Vasquez
He always had a smile, and I thought,
made him an offer.
I said, here's some money, and would you like to work? Do you need a job? Would you work? He came the very next day. He rode a bicycle.
Mike Stewart is now
some tables, I cleaned back there.
the busiest busboy and dishwasher
You know, if we get real busy, everybody just kind of
at Mary
you know,
Vasquez's Enchiladas Ole.
make a round trip all together in probably less than 15 minutes.
Oh my gosh, that's wonderful.
Sometimes working
Aww.
side by side.
Were you last night working with the band?
Uh-huh.
And that was a year and a half ago. And he's never missed. He's never missed. He loves working, and we love having him. Yeah, he's working.
But Mike was still homeless. Life in the park still challenging.
Oh, he folded me up like a pretzel, like origami. Oh man, he beat the crap out of me.
Until the next offer, Fort Worth Housing Solutions and a roof over his head.
Oh, it's been a long time, actually, a place of my own.
An apartment of his own for the first time in 15 years.
And I've got it made. This is a blessing.
Mary, however, thought he needed one blessing more. The gift of an electric scooter came at Christmas. The hardest working man in Fort Worth is now always at work on time.
Oh man, it touches my heart, man. I'm very thankful. Shoot, it means I'm starting to feel like a person again.
People are people. Whether they're homeless or they're ex-offenders, they're people. It's a soul. And that's what we want, is to be able to help people to have a normal life.
A person, a human, got a little bit of dignity.
There are more than 2,000 people living on the streets of Fort Worth. Mike believes his days on his old corner are officially over.
It's hard talking about it kind of now.
Back at his new apartment, a painting over his bed reminds him how those days came to an end.
Everybody needs some help sometimes, a hand up.
A hand up from someone who took a chance with a serving of hope on her menu too.
You're wonderful.
In Fort Worth, I'm Kevin Reese.
It's gonna make me blush.
Oh, you're wonderful, sweetheart.
There won't be a day where we're not thinking about him.
I'm so sorry. And I'm just so emotional today.
Just hope. I just have hope that it can be saved.
This is my hillbilly security device.
This is Sebastian. All the carvings are important to me.
The pine trees she also lost that line her property
Cutting them down, it just would have been empty space.
are now
It was a terrible day.
lines in the survival story.
But it was made much better by friends.
Chisels are my paintbrush.
A spider with a jackrabbit. Got a hummingbird with butterflies and a dragonfly. I was not willing to look out there at destruction.
Through the National Press Photographers Association, there is a contest, Best of Photojournalism contest, and stations from across the country will submit a tape from the last year. And that tape could include anything from deadline news, breaking news, long feature stories, investigative pieces, enterprise pieces. And so we put together our tape. And this year we won Station of the Year. And I'm just so proud to work for a station like WFAA that wins Station of the Year year after year.
It feels weird. I've only seen dogs in a hospital.
Next to a cat-loving Virginia Chappelle
So
is Kalia Brownlee.
this is my biggest fear.
Getting infusions for lupus in Scottish Rite's rheumatology clinic does not scare Kalia.
So big.
Cats do.
She runs. We both run though.
But watching Harry
It makes me feel better.
calm a fellow patient gave Kalia courage.
Are you ready? No. Do you want to pet him first? Mm-hmm. You can pet him first. Oh. No, she can't. Oh, it's okay.
You're okay, Mama.
I'm scared. You want to just pet his tail?
Soon, petting Harry
Did you see that Harry has 3 legs? No. See, he's missing one right there. Oh no.
turned into holding him.
I got this. You got this. Okay. You got it. You got it.
And holding him.
See? Oh. He knows you're scared. He's gonna be gentle.
Turned into loving him.
He's so pretty. It's like a blanket, huh? Uh-huh. I thought I was gonna be scared, but now I'm not scared of cats anymore. Yeah.
Most of us don't get into the news business trying to win awards. You know, this is our chosen profession. But to have our work recognized year in and year out by MPPA and by our peers is really something special.
Like, it's just a wide variety of stories that we have on these tapes. It's not just, like, oh, they're a one-trick pony, WFAA. They can only do these kinds of stories and excel in only these categories. No, I mean, we do a great job in every category. In every assignment that we're given, from general to originals, to features, to sports, to breaking news, we make sure that we bring it our all, and it shows on that tape for Station of the Year.
Hundreds of drivers sat in traffic on 35 Monday, and not for just any old accident. A truck dangled off an overpass with the driver still inside.
Take up on the blue line.
Folks in cars close enough watched the delicate, high-stakes operation as first responders put a guy in a harness, hooked him up to some ropes, and hovered him over the highway.
So obviously this is not a conventional motor vehicle collision.
DFR Deputy Chief Christian Hinojosa oversaw the rescue.
We don't do these types of calls on a daily basis.
The truck, he told me, was involved in an accident with another car before it veered.
Time was of the essence, to say the least.
It took 10 responding units, 2 urban search and rescue teams, 1 hour to get the driver out.
Any sudden movements, any shift in weight can ultimately cause that vehicle to pivot. They used a system of pulleys, ropes, harnesses. They did a fantastic job today. There's definitely a driver who's alive as a result of their efforts.
Once they got that driver on a stretcher and off to the hospital, firefighters had to figure out how to get the truck back on the ground.
What we're trying to avoid is to have a shift in the weight or the structure of the box.
They used a heavy wrecker and a series of hydraulics to shimmy the truck out of the concrete it was wedged between. Tonight, the cause of the crash is under investigation. But what these guys know for sure,
we never hope for bad things, but we know that they're going to happen,
is that what could have been a catastrophic crash ended without a single serious injury.
This was a good outcome today.
In Dallas, I'm Sydney Person.
And on that 108-degree day on the tarmac at DFW Airport,
This is a real good one because he's finally coming home.
Noel Shoup did come home.
Welcome home, Noel.
2 nieces celebrating meeting him for the very first time,
Put your hand over your heart.
even though they knew the meeting would be like this.
Welcome home, Uncle. drive me home, Grandma.
It's good to have a healthy competition among your peers, and that's what we do each and every year with NPPA and with other organizations, whether it's the Emmys or the Murrows or something like that. But it's healthy competition that makes us want to be better, to look better, to shoot better, and offer a better product. So the fact that we've had results, good results with that, that speaks volumes to what we're successful at, but that's why we do it, not just to put plaques and trophies on the wall, because this place has plenty of those, but just as motivation to be better, to look better, and try to provide the best product that's out there.
Tonight, we have looked through the lenses of our remarkable WFAA photojournalists, storytellers who document life as it unfolds, framing the moments that define us as Texans and as a community. Their craft is not just about cameras and angles. It is about heart, purpose, and an unwavering commitment to the truth. WFAA tells stories with meaning. We capture the soul of this great state. And thanks to our talented photographers, those values are not just seen, they are felt. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay safe, stay inspired, and stay proud of this place we all call home. Have a great night.
Will drive into Slovenia just next door. By the way, if you have trouble finding Luca's home country on a map,
Looks like a small chicken. So just look for chicken on the map and that's Slovenia.
you do see it, right? So on our way into the chicken, Justin chose some other animals and special sauce for his first ever European meal.
Not McDonald's.
Thankfully, the food choices got better from there. Somehow, we ate all of this and more as we took in the sights of Slovenia.
This is what the Pringle can see.